Imagine a world where you could decide the day's weather. You could simply look at the sky and ask for sunshine. Or perhaps, if the ground was dry, you could ask for a gentle rain to fall overnight. This is not just a dream from a storybook. It is a future that scientists are beginning to explore. The power to control the weather could change our lives in ways we can hardly imagine. It could mean an end to the destructive forces of nature that have shaped human history for thousands of years. We could build our homes without fear of them being washed away by a sudden powerful flood. This idea of controlling the weather is a very old human wish. For centuries, people have looked to the skies, hoping for rain to water their crops or for clear weather on an important day. We have told stories about gods who could command the thunder and the wind. But now, what was once myth is slowly becoming a possibility through science. The ability to stop a hurricane before it forms, or to end a long painful drought, could save countless lives and prevent immense suffering. It represents a level of control over our environment that was once unthinkable, a new chapter in our relationship with the planet. Think of the great storms that sweep across our oceans and continents. Hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones are some of the most powerful events on Earth. They can destroy entire communities in just a few hours. But what if we could weaken these storms? What if we could steer them away from land, guiding them out to sea where they could cause no harm? This is the kind of power we are talking about. It is the ability to protect our cities and our families from nature's most violent outbursts, turning a terrifying threat into a manageable event. This control would go beyond just stopping disasters. It could make our world a safer and more predictable place. Travel would be safer, with no sudden blizzards to ground airplanes or fierce gales to trouble ships at sea. Farmers could plan their harvests with certainty, knowing their fields would receive the perfect amount of rain and sun. Our relationship with nature would be transformed. Instead of being at the mercy of the elements, we could work with them, creating a harmony between human needs and the natural world, a balance that has often seemed impossible to achieve. The benefits of controlling the weather could be truly enormous for all of humanity. One of the most important areas would be farming. Around the world, millions of people depend on the food grown from the land, but farming is always a gamble against the weather. A drought can turn a fertile field into dust, while a flood can wash away a whole season's crops. With weather control, we could ensure that every region gets the water it needs. We could bring rain to deserts, transforming them into green, productive lands that could feed growing populations and help end hunger. This power could also make our cities much safer and more pleasant places to live. Many coastal cities today live under the constant threat of rising sea levels and powerful storm surges. Imagine being able to build a protective shield of calm weather around a vulnerable city, holding back the storm clouds and high winds. We could also reduce extreme heat waves in the summer, which can be very dangerous for the elderly and young children. By cooling the air, we could make our urban environments healthier and more comfortable, improving the quality of life for billions of people. Beyond safety and food, there is the simple joy of a perfect day. Think of all the outdoor events, from holidays to festivals, that are often ruined by bad weather. With weather control, we could guarantee sunshine for a family picnic or a clear, starry night for an outdoor concert. This might seem small compared to stopping floods, but it would add a great deal of happiness and certainty to our daily lives. We could plan our time with confidence, knowing that the weather would not interfere with our special moments, making life just a little bit easier and more enjoyable for everyone. Furthermore, controlled weather could help us protect and restore the natural world. Forest fires, often started by lightning strikes during dry spells, destroy vast areas of precious habitat. If we could create targeted rain showers over these dry forests, we could prevent many fires from ever starting. We could also use this technology to help struggling ecosystems. For example, we could bring more rainfall to a drying wetland, or create cooler conditions for a coral reef that is suffering from heat stress. This control could become a powerful tool for conservation. You might be surprised to learn that humans are already trying to change the weather, even if it is on a small scale. The most common method is called cloud seeding. It has been used for over 70 years in many countries. The process involves flying a small airplane above the clouds and releasing tiny particles, often a substance called silver iodide. These particles act like magnets for water vapor. They help the tiny water droplets in the cloud to clump together, grow heavier, and eventually fall as rain or snow. This is often used in dry regions to try and increase rainfall for farming. Scientists are also exploring much more ambitious ideas for the future. One idea involves using giant lasers or microwave beams. These powerful beams could be aimed at the atmosphere to heat specific areas of air. By creating warm spots, we could change air pressure and redirect winds. In theory, this could be used to steer a developing storm away from a populated area. Another futuristic concept involves placing enormous mirrors in space. These mirrors could reflect sunlight away from the Earth to cool certain regions or focus it to create warmth, giving us a thermostat for the planet. Another area of research focuses on stopping hurricanes before they become monsters. Some scientists have suggested cooling the surface of the ocean. Hurricanes get their energy from warm ocean water. By using large pipes to bring cold water up from the deep ocean, we could create a cool patch in the path of a storm. This would be like taking away its fuel, causing it to weaken and perhaps fade away. While these ideas are still in the very early stages, they show that we are actively thinking about how to build the technology needed to manage our planet's weather systems. All of these new inventions would rely on incredibly powerful computers. To control the weather, we would first need to understand it perfectly. We would need advanced computer models that could predict exactly what would happen if we changed one small thing, like the temperature of the air over a city. These systems would need to analyze huge amounts of data from satellites, weather balloons, and ground sensors in real time. The development of artificial intelligence will be crucial, helping us to make sense of this complex information and make the right decisions to achieve the weather we desire. While the dream of controlling the weather is very appealing, it also comes with enormous dangers and difficult questions. The biggest problem is that the Earth's weather is one connected system. Changing the weather in one place could have unexpected and disastrous effects somewhere else. For example, if one country decided to take all the rain from the clouds passing over it, the country next door could be plunged into a severe drought. This could easily lead to arguments and even wars between nations over who has the right to the rain and the sun. There is also the risk of making mistakes. Our understanding of the climate is still incomplete. What if we tried to stop a hurricane but accidentally made it stronger, or sent it in a different, equally destructive direction? A small error in a computer calculation could lead to a catastrophic flood or a deadly blizzard. The power to control the weather is also the power to cause immense destruction. In the wrong hands, weather control could become a weapon of war, used to create droughts to starve an enemy or floods to destroy their cities. This is a truly terrifying thought. We must also consider the impact on the natural world. Every plant and animal is adapted to the climate where it lives. A polar bear needs the cold and the ice. A cactus is built for the desert heat. If we start changing these climates, we could destroy habitats and drive countless species to extinction. Ecosystems are incredibly complex and delicate. A regular pattern of rainfall, wind, and temperature is essential for their survival. If we disrupt these ancient rhythms, we could cause damage to nature that can never be undone. This brings us to a final profound question. Even if we could control the weather perfectly and fairly, should we? There is a wildness and a beauty in the unpredictability of nature. The changing seasons, the sudden storm, the quiet fall of snow, these are all part of the experience of being alive on this planet. They connect us to the natural world in a fundamental way. If we were to tame the weather completely, creating a world of endless, perfect days, would we lose something precious in the process? So as we stand on the edge of this new frontier, we must ask ourselves, is the power to control the weather a gift we should embrace? Or is it a power that is simply too great for us to hold?